Does your family have any future financial plans? For example, building or a house, building a house, something like that. The past matters in a relationship. So what do you think is some key differences in the parenting here in the Philippines compared to Western countries like USA and Europe? For example, it's me again, Cici Kelly, the hot mama. So for today's video, we have a special guest, and I think you know her already for sure. Say hi, Leah. Hi, finally, I met Leah here again in Dumaguete, guys. I'm so happy that I met her. So how are you, Leah?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
In love?
In La Viva. Yeah, by the way, you look so beautiful.
Thank you.
As always.
So do you.
Are you ready for our topic for today? I would just ask some questions about your life or your thoughts, okay? So without further ado, let's get started. So my first question is, does your family have any future financial plans? For example, building or a house, building a house, something like that.
Yeah, we have been planning. We're just waiting for the budget. We have no budget yet, but yeah, we do have plan, you know,
Okay.
to save like financial to build a family, to build a house here in the Philippines. That's our plan. Hopefully soon.
Yeah, because you know, it's better to make your own house, especially. I think that's the way that you can save up money. Because as of now you're still renting a house, right?
It's difficult to rent a house, and then you have to get along with the owner.
Yeah,
sometimes
right.
it's hard if you find someone. If you get lucky, you will have a good owner house, but sometimes when they're not, you
Right.
have to swallow your pride. Even if they're not being reasonable, you have to put up with it, and that's hard. So hopefully soon, and I think that's practical.
Yeah, for me, I would love to have my own house, even if not so big, as long as it's comfortable. Like you have this comfortable bed, as long as you're not renting, like
renting is you losing money, a lot of money, especially the renting here in Dumaguete
it's
is
really expensive.
Yeah, it is.
How much is your
28,000 pesos
Wow.
monthly, and that's a lot.
Oh, that's so. Oh my God, almost 30,000, and then
that's
not included the
the
foods,
bills.
the bills. Oh my God,
It's too much, and then if you add it like for the whole year, it's like that's a lot of money.
yeah. I think much better to invest money. I mean, if you have like money already, then that's the time that you will invest in your house. What has been your most embarrassing moment?
I have a lot, but recently we went to Cebu, right, for vacation. Yeah, and
I saw your video about that.
And I had a very embarrassing moment. I think that's the most embarrassing. Yeah. So we went there. One of the reason is to take a break, and we're gonna do some shopping because it was my daughter's birthday and my birthday.
Okay.
So we went to do shopping, and I bought like earbuds,
Yeah.
And after we did the shopping, we went to a restaurant, and my husband wanted to test the earbuds, and then I like to play silly games with him.
And
so
then?
he tried to put it on, and he said, "Can you play some music so I can hear if it's a good quality or not?" And I like to play silly games. I pick a music that is quite scandalous. And
You're crazy.
Yeah, because it connected to my phone, so I play a scandalous music, and I asked him, "Can you hear anything?" He said no, and then I pulled the volume up so high, and it didn't connect to the earbuds.
It didn't connect?
It didn't.
Oh my God.
We are in the restaurant, so it's
And then people
like,
are looking at you.
yeah, and I was so embarrassed because that was embarrassing. Like you know the sounds. I think I'm talking about, right? Sounds. And oh my God, the karma. I was so embarrassed. And that time, we were waiting for our food, and I feel like I want to grab the whole family to, and I actually saw the waitress look at, like, oh, what was that? Is there someone watching while eating in the restaurant? It was embarrassing.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, even for me, if I do that and I'm gonna be like, people are looking at me like, what the heck?
And you know what's the funny thing is, I didn't tell my husband until we get out the restaurant, because I don't want, if I told him, he probably walked out.
So you're not explaining to him that that's the
Yeah, I only explained it to him when we back to the hotel, because I knew it would be embarrassed, and then he didn't hear it because he had an earbuds in his ears, and then I play. Oh my! And it wasn't connected to the earbuds. You know, if you're in that situation, I'm sure you would be embarrassed.
Of course.
As well. But that's just me. Sometimes I like to play games with my husband.
I like always to play games because you know, it's being serious. It's boring. Oh my God, Leah. I'm laughing so hard here, guys. Because I imagine if I'm her situation, I will feel the same for sure. Where do you visualize yourself in 5 years or in 10 years?
Yeah, hopefully still here in the Philippines, and just here in the Philippines, that's where I see. And hopefully my kids are old. I was planning to go to school actually. I actually have
you
a
wanna
plan.
go back to school?
Yeah, if I can find.
How can you manage with your kids and you're gonna go and your YouTube also?
Yeah, that's the struggle.
That's
I don't
very
know how
very
I can
stressful.
find time.
I don't know, or maybe I think if like for example, maybe if you have like helper, I think you can do that. I think, and then with the help of your mother.
Yeah, I think in 3 years my kids will be more easier. So that's my plan when they are old. If they go to school also, I think in 3 years, I think, or in
They will
5
be
years,
more independent.
Yeah, that's why I think
So you're planning after 3 years, not at this.
No, not
okay,
now.
It's too early.
Too soon, yeah. My kids are very.
You know what?
close
That's a good idea.
I'm still young. And
Yeah,
I
you're still
believe
young. How old are you, by the way? 22? 23?
23. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that's why I see myself in 5-10 years, hopefully.
We can go back to school.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I'm still here in the
You're
Philippines.
still young.
Yeah,
Of course. Yeah. And do you have any plans to like to stay in Paris? Yeah, in USA. You were planning that before.
Yeah,
I think.
probably
Just
visit.
yeah. But you
probably.
prefer to stay in the Philippines? Yeah, for me, I prefer here in, but to just visit, yeah, it's okay.
But it depends on my husband. You know what's good for our family. If we both agree that it's good for our kids to move to USA,
And you will do that.
you would, I would, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay. What is the most important thing in life?
The most important thing, I think, it's God. Like life is pointless without God. Like, I know sometimes we set aside that because we think we are young and we could live forever.
Yeah.
But God is important. I think that's
without God.
like the way we breathe. What is that? Is that science? Like,
Of course, it's coming from God, and we owe this from God.
Yeah, but sometimes we are so focused in this, our flesh, like, we want to focus in this, and we don't think about, like, death, that's my most horrible thought.
Oh my God.
Have you ever had that thought?
What if I'm dying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna die now. Then my kids, who's gonna take care of my kids?
Exactly.
That's what my most
Like being separate with your family, that's the hard thing. But but if you have God, you have peace of mind that that one day you would be together again in heaven. It's a nice thought. But that's the thing that I struggle being a Christian. Sometimes we think we are young and we would live forever. But sometimes I think about my first boyfriend. He died at 20 years old. So we never know when our end time. And
my partner also.
and he was so fine. And then suddenly he died. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes we think we would live forever, but we don't know when our end time.
Yeah, right. I agree.
So yeah, that's my answer. God, I think God is important, and I've been I've been in a very difficult times, and when our kids get sick, like for example,
who's gonna take care? Who's gonna look after them? You know?
Yeah, and we think about praying.
Yeah, we always. This is because as being a Christian is because I'm a Catholic. We have different. But we always think this like. If we have like problems in life, we always pray like, God, please help. Like me, I have
we only remember God if we are in a hard time.
Yeah, hard time.
But sometimes if we are comfortable, sometimes we forget. That's the hard thing. I have long way to go. I'm not where I supposed to be as a Christian, but I'm in process. Sometimes so.
That's good that you have faith in God.
Yeah, I think that's important.
Yeah, I do believe in God because
that's good.
Because when my doctor did the surgery, I was really nervous, praying a lot, like this, like that. I hope that everything is going okay. So yeah, finally they did the surgery and it was successful. And then now we will do again. She's gonna undergo a chemotherapy. It sucks.
It's a miracle. God's have done so much miracle to us. We just don't see it sometimes.
Yeah.
Because we are so blind. We're so focused in.
And we appreciate. I mean, like we are happy that because every time that we pray, God answer our prayers. So God is really important.
Yeah.
Do you think the past matters in a relationship?
No, not really. It's like past is past. We don't live in the past. We live in the present. So we should focus in the present. Yeah.
Because for me, I agree. Because past is past. Why would you bring your past into present? Especially if you're happy with your family. So that's just move forward. Just think positive.
That's right.
Yeah. So what do you think is some key differences in the parenting here in the Philippines compared to Western countries like USA and Europe? For example, my subscribers tell me that America's spanking has become less tolerated. Can you give me more examples of the difference about? Like here in Philippines, because here in Philippines we do spank. Remember?
Yeah,
if we have you been spanked with your parents before? A lot. But yeah, because it's different here. Like for us, it's very normal. I don't know. And then because in Western, if you do spank, you will go to jail.
I know.
So
I think it depends on in a parents. There are some Western, I think, spanking kids, but between my husband, just my husband, like the parenting, I compared how my mom raised me and how I see my husband raising my kids. The difference is Western people are very advanced when it comes to parenting. Like they can see what's gonna happen. Like I'll give you an example. Like Grace is jumping on the couch, and he can already see Grace is gonna fall on the couch, fall off the couch, and us, we just look at it like we don't see that it's gonna happen because we're not really advanced. We will wait until the kids fall down before we make an effort. That's
right. It's for me also. I just let my kids just they can just stand out by themselves. Like we're not very they're not. It's not the same with with your husband that they're overprotective. I think
overprotective. I'm not trying to knock the Philippine parents. They are amazing and they are good parents. I mean, my parents are. But I see the difference. Like I'll give you an example. Like if we fall madasma ka ba? Like we fell down. Our parents will usually instead of trying to make us feel good, they would say, "Oh, that's your fault. Yeah, clumsy. That." And that's the reality. That's true, right? And my mom used to do that.
Yeah,
If instead of getting sympathy from my parents because I fell down in the gym, instead of crying, we would be just sitting. I feel good. I'm okay. Because you have to pretend. Because if you cry, she would slap you or hit you.
Right. Because the way you cry, the more you cry, the more you get spunk.
That's how it's almost funny. You know, I actually don't I'm not trying to be angry because that's how my mom raised. I just laugh about it now.
Yeah, true. It happened to me, you know. But yeah, even my kids, you know, even when I raise my kids, if I'm gonna be like, that's your fault. You have to stand up. Come on, don't cry. You know, because that's how, you know, that's how we.
That's how we raise. Being raised.
But in the other country, they were like overprotective.
They are very overprotective, and that's how sometimes we actually have a disagreement because of how we raise children.
Yeah.
Because we have our own thoughts, our own opinion, and he has his own opinion how to be a parenting.
Yeah.
And sometimes we disagree and we create a problem. But you know, we just have to communicate with our partner how it should be, what's the right thing for our kids. And I think that adapting how my husband, I think it's a good thing also to be overprotected than under not being protective for your kids. And so far it works because my kids never really like bang the head and get to the hospital. We never had it because I think we do something good.
Yeah, because he's you know, he's doing his job. Like your husband's really careful.
You can see that, right?
I can tell. Since
and he will never lend a hand to the kids.
Yeah,
that's how he is.
Have you tried to spunk your kids once if he's not around? For sure.
So yeah,
I did that before with, you know, when I did that when I just hit the back of Soren, like just like, hey,
he would get angry, right?
He get angry. I was like, don't hit the baby.
Yeah,
and I was like, it's just different, you know.
Yeah, it's different. But
for us, it's just normal.
It is normal.
Because that's how we raise our kids. Because if we don't do that, the kids are not listening. They don't pay at
that's how we become independent because our parents don't treat us like a baby. Like, you know.
Because here it's just different. Because here in Philippines, if we see that it's okay for our parents that we do this, we do that, so for them it's okay. It's like tolerating. It's not good to tolerate your kids like that doing bad things, you know, like, yeah. So that's how we raise here in the Philippines, guys.
That is a difference.
Yeah, it is.
But now I don't think I think Philippine parents don't normally do the more hitting.
I think it's minimized.
Especially the kids now are very like hard-headed. They just get hit and they would go suicide.
Yeah.
Right.
This is what I raise my kids. I always tell them, okay, if you don't want me to spank you, be good. Be good, because otherwise I'm gonna spank you. And that's why Ziana always think like, if I do like my face is doing like that, you know, the eyes is like,
she respect you.
Yeah, they know already, like, okay, Mama is angry now. They know that if, you know, your eyes is doing like that, they know already.
I know, but you know what? The kids now, I'm proud of you. Did a good thing, but some of these kids right now, they don't scare with their parents. Before, like in our time, like our mom would just scold us once, and we would run because we know that we were gonna get hit. But now the kids, you will call them 100 times, they wouldn't. They will never come because they are
in the phone.
On the phone.
Like, hey, you have to, you know, like you have to shout like, hey, what are you doing there? Yeah, like, why you're not listening to me?
I know.
And then when I go, okay, you know, this is what I do. If my kids is on the phone, I take all the gadgets and they will play. That's it. That's what I do. Because they're not listening. You know, if they're not listening, I will just cut off the Wi-Fi and bye-bye. You know, like, okay, play, just play then. Play with your, you know, brother, something like that. I think.
Yeah, your kids are old enough to be disciplined, but my two girls, my firstborn, actually, she's very mature.
No, you know what? I can see they were
very calm.
Yeah, calm. That's why July told me like, wow, yes, kids are very like they're not like
running
they're not
over the place.
Yeah, no.
They're actually pretty good. I think we did a good thing.
You did a good job.
My husband though.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah, right. So it's just different.
Yeah, big difference.
It's just how you raise your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.